Well, hey folks, welcome back to the channel. In this episode, we're going to take the tiny wood stove that we built in the last episode, and we're going to run it out, and we're going to install it in my deer blind. So come along as I show you how I installed it in a safe manner. Alright folks, so today is Sunday, October 26th, I believe. Yesterday we were out, kind of a rainy, crappy day. Didn't get a whole lot done, but I did kind of frame this out quick, this little stand for the wood stove. So now we're going to try to get this thing basically fireproofed and safe. And then we're going to be taking the flue out the wall and up and out. So that'll be the final that we have on this. And I think we might even light a fire today to see how it works. Alright, as we get started here, I'm going to use some 1x6s to be the base. So that base needs to be strong. I want it to hold this wood stove up. I don't want any issues with this thing falling over, breaking through. I want something good and strong. And it's not a very big base. There's just a small amount of room to install this wood stove. So now I'm going to put down a little bit of drywall. That gypsum is fireproof. The stove is obviously up off of the ground a little bit, or off of it, so it should be fine. Now I throw a few nailers in here, just so I have a place to screw the rest of the drywall. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna put a triple drywall layer on next to it. So you're talking 1.5 inches of drywall there, so that should be more than capable of being fireproof and protective. So the one thing too is the back side of this, on the front and the back, it's an open cavity, so there should be cold air coming up and through there, so there should really be no issues here when the stove is lit and it's getting warm in there. Nothing should get so warm that we're gonna have an issue with a fire. So as I secure all the drywall here, now it's time. I'm going to throw a couple of pieces of old tile from our house, I guess, extras. And now it's time to put the wood stove in. So you can see, I've got the riser piece coming off the top with the stove pipe, and figuring out exactly where this hole is going to be, where it's going to come out. So I'm going to cut this hole out. It's going to be square. So I'm going to use a square piece of sheet metal as we go out. So I have, there's only so much room that you can cut in there. So I have to use a handsaw in order to get through the rest of it. But the skill saw did make, short work of some of it, but not all of it. So now we're sticking the pipe through, and you can see now this is my little piece of sheet metal that I'm going to put over that. I had already punched a 4.5 inch hole through there, so it's larger than the 4-inch diameter piece of tin that's coming out. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fasten it to the side of the building. So I get everything squared up, fastening it, with screws, and it's underneath the roof line, so it should be pretty waterproof. I mean, it's not perfect, but it'll work. So here I'm going to kick out a couple of temporary 2x4s, and that's just going to be used in order to hold the riser of the the stovepipe as it comes up and through. So it's temporary, it's off to the side, the stovepipe will not touch it, and I have a piece of angle iron touching the stovepipe, and then it goes off and it fastens to this wood. So it'll be safe, it'll be there. I do plan on coming back and making something a little bit more permanent soon. The wood stove is installed. We're gonna give her a trial run here. So I got the flue open. I'm gonna give her a little bit of help here. So I got a fire extinguisher sitting right here. So close this thing. Well, so far so good. she's giving off some good heat already. Let's take a peek in here now. Oh yeah. Well, she's been going for about 15 minutes now. I can tell you there's not a stitch of smoke coming inside. Everything is drafting really well. Get her hot and see how she does. I want to check the walls and check everything, make sure that everything's working correctly. Don't want any snafus when I get in the stand opening day. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be able to cook on this. Well, I'd like to thank everybody for watching this video. As you can see, the wood stove does seem to work pretty good. And the next time we have any video coverage on this, I should be in the deer blind. It's coming up soon, so come along as we use it for real out in the hunting blind. Again, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video. PBR Acres.